Morning, everybody. Robert and Michelle, More to Life Outdoors. Today we're at the Stanley Lake Trailhead. Going to do a little day hike today. Going to go up to the Bridal Veil Falls and see how we're feeling when we get there. I might go up to the Hansen Lakes. Also, maybe take a detour over to the Ladyface Falls. But going to bring you along.
It's a little bit of a foggy morning this morning. We'll have Robert turn the GoPro around so you guys can see there's fog, but it's finally starting to lift, so it's going to warm up here soon.
All right, we're going to turn this around so that you can see. Stanley Lake's over that way. And of course, you can see the fog. The sun is starting to break through, though. It's probably going to be a busy trail. Just now leaving the parking lot, but thought we'd bring you guys along today. We actually were gonna have some friends come with us, but they decided they weren't feeling up to it this morning, so it's just Michelle and I.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little damp and chilly because it rained all day yesterday, so there's a lot of fog. It's damp, it's chilly, so I get it, but we're hardcore hikers, so.
We had planned on doing this hike today, so we doing it. But as always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hey, it's free, but it helps us out a lot. Whew. Honey, there's a pothole. Real life. And as always, get outdoors and experience life. So unfortunately, the area we're going into, this was some of the area that the Wapiti Fire from last year came through. This was actually the largest wildfire in the continental United States last year.
Elk Mountain Loop, Stanley Lake, trailhead number 640.
Yep, we go this way.
All right, we're heading down this way. And looks like the fog's starting to lift.
Ooh.
Look at that.
You see that? See there?
Yeah.
That should be McGowan Peak.
McGowan Peak through the fog there. Pretty cool.
Fog is lifting and shifting. Nice little view of McGowan Peak there. Even with the burn, the meadow is pretty. Here's our trail we're going down. Don't know if the GoPro's picking this up or not, but the sun's coming out, and don't know if you can see the steam lifting up off the ground. It is definitely kind of cool though, seeing it. The sun shining through it. Hope you can see that on the camera here. Even with the burn from the fire last year, it's still kind of pretty.
We are barely into this hike, and oh my goodness, it is amazingly beautiful here already. With the views of McGowan Peak and everything. Oh my word. Why have we never done this hike before? It's stunning.
We still got a ways to go. These views are spectacular. Continue on Stanley Lake Trail. We're heading that way. Up that way. Yeah, the views. I said, you know, unfortunately, I mean, I can only imagine how pretty this was before the Wapiti Fire came through here. But still, I mean, the views, like McGowan Peak here, that is just stunning. I'm gonna have to try and look up what these peaks over here are. But we're heading up that way. So we're getting ready to enter into the wilderness area. A lot of the trails up here, when you get in, start entering the wilderness area, you need to get a permit. But it's self-registering. What I mean by that is there's boxes like this one, and inside it's usually a register book. Sometimes they have a paper permit that is duplicate or triplicate, and you're supposed to put one on your pack. So we're gonna do that now, and then we'll start heading on our way. Again, we're going into a burn area. So this is a notice they have posted here.
I actually don't know if this is from the Wapiti Fire or if that one previous fire that came through Stanley Lake, because there's a lot of grass growing.
Yeah, it could
Seems
be
like an older fire right here.
I don't know that I agree with that, dear. The grass would be expected. Looking how black these trees are, though. Now there's still needles on some of these trees. It's kind of interesting. Even though the burn, I mean, obviously it's devastating, but it still kind of has its own unique beauty. You can see where the fire is burned very hot, so there's like no grass right now. So the ground, when it burns, when fire burns really hot, they actually sterilize the ground for a period of time. So we're definitely come across sections where it definitely burned hot and no grass, and then other sections where lots of grass. Even with the devastation, it still has its own allure, its own beauty. Michelle and I were just commenting that because we're used to hiking on the Frank Church wilderness, over here, just the trails so far we've been on over here, very well maintained. Where a lot of the trails we do over in the Frank Church wilderness are either not maintained at all or not maintained very often. But then again, over there we get into some pretty remote country. But the more popular trails, they do maintain. This trail obviously is a very popular trail, popular hike in the area. Well, up to this point, hasn't been much gain in elevation, but I can see the trail there. Gonna start going up the side of the mountain there. So we started this hike this morning. It was 43 degrees when we left the truck. Definitely starting to warm up. About time to shed a layer, especially before we start climbing the grade. So we reached the junction to Ladyface Falls. We are currently discussing whether we're gonna try and hit it now or on the way back. It looks like because of the burn, might have to do some route finding. I mean, the junction's here. You definitely see that this is the start of a trail, but after that, hard to tell. Well, we think we found the trail. But again, yeah, definitely see at least the remnants of a trail, and that's what we're trying to work with right now. Again, working our way to Ladyface Falls. It's kind of hard to see through the trees from at least the point I'm at right now. But this is the Ladyface Falls. I'm gonna see if I can get a better vantage point. The things we do to get the picture for the video. This is climbing back out of where we got down to take some nice pictures and video of the Ladyface Falls.
It's steep.
It's steep, but the falls are very beautiful.
Yes, they are. Very beautiful. I could sit there all day and listen to that.
Yeah. But
got another one to go to, so
yeah,
get moving.
We're gonna start making our way back to the main trail, and then we'll continue on to Bridal Veil. So stay tuned. Well, we're back on the main trail after taking our little detour to Ladyface Falls, and I don't know, looks like a mile and a half, maybe a little over a mile and a half to Bridal Veil Falls, but there's some pretty black burn in here. Well, I've been going uphill for a while. Now we're heading downhill, and this will take us back down to the creek, and then pretty sure we got to cross the creek down here. Well, we can see the creek down below us here. And it looks like this is where we get to cross it. Right up here.
Creek looks a little deep right here. It's not running real fast, but right here it looks probably above my knees.
And we gotta cross over to the other side. Gonna see if there's a entry point that we don't have to get quite so deep. All right, we found a spot that's a little more appeasing to us to cross. She made it. Yeah, that's a nice view. Peak right there. And of course the creek. Position is nice little view of both.
Hey, I was just telling Robert, even though the burn's through here, it is still just amazingly beautiful in here with the peaks, the views of the peaks. The smell of the forest is amazing because it rained all day yesterday. So it smells absolutely divine in here, and you can just hear the rushing creek down below us. So yeah, and it's a perfect day, perfect bluebird day. Love it.
Not sure how well the GoPro picked this up, but just got a view through the trees, at least the upper portion of the Bridal Veil Falls. We've left the main trail for this other route because this will, if we decide we want to go up to the Hansen Lakes, this is the route we need to go. But apparently we found the unmaintained trail. Wouldn't you say, hun?
Yeah, we're bushwhacking right now.
This is our trail right now. Fun, fun, fun.
Easy peasy, that one.
We're working our way up from down there and still working our way up. And of course, no switchbacks. It's just up. And we do mean up. Still trying to make our way up this. Again, no switchbacks. We just came up from that direction. Still trying to work our way up to the lakes. We're still working our way up this way. Michelle's gonna go ahead here to kind of give you an idea how steep this is. Also, because of the burn, there's a lot of spots where the trail is gone. So if you're gonna try and make it up to Hansen Lakes, hopefully you have a GPS and you have some route finding skills, because you will need them up in this section, because the trail disappears a lot. Well, it was a butt kicker, but I think we made it to the Lower Hanson Lake. Lower Hanson Lake. Kind of hard to see through the trees, but that's the falls coming out of Upper Hanson Lake, where they flow down into the Lower Hanson Lake. Don't know if I can find a better vantage point or not. Kind of rugged up here a little bit. Well, I tried to get up there and get a better vantage point of that falls, but unfortunately up through here is what I call root burn, meaning as I'm walking there's spots where the roots have burned out and I was literally stepping and dropping. Luckily a couple of times only was about an 8-inch drop, but I decided I wasn't going to push it anymore. So sorry, that's about the best I could get of that one. But I'm gonna head back down where I left my pack and find the wifey. So the falls I shot a little video of are over here. We're trying to be mountain goats and get up to the Upper Hanson Lake. Yes, we are crazy. Made it to a spot up kind of at the top of the falls here. Of course, that down there is the Lower Hanson Lake. Views from here. And then the Upper Hanson Lake is just right up there. But yeah, another spectacular little falls right here. Welcome to Upper Hanson Lake. And just saw a fish turn in the water. Beautiful little lake. Definitely some rugged country up here though. It was a workout to get up to these lakes. So we left well, I thought it was the Upper Hanson Lake. And then I discovered when I looked at the map, it was actually the Middle Hanson Lake. And to be honest with you, I looked at the map, I don't know that we could have gotten up to the upper lake because it looked like it was cliffs up there. But we've left that. We're making our way down. It's pretty steep, treacherous, having to do a lot of route finding. And I didn't bring a battery pack and my phone is dead. So I'm gonna have to kind of concentrate on what we're doing. But we came up, so we kind of know the way down. Of course, once we get down to the valley, the trail is really good down there. It's just this upper part that's not very well marked. Anything to add, love?
Oh, there were spectacular views up here, and those lakes were really pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, even though the burn went through here, the lakes were really pretty. Yeah, and there's probably, I don't know if you could even get to the upper lake over there. I mean, you'd have to have some mountaineering skills to get over there, I think, because it looked pretty steep and slick.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to turn this around because Michelle was mentioning the views. So yeah, that's our view from up here. Pretty stupendous. Still working our way down the mountain along the side of the falls. Kind of steep though.
It's real steep.
And this is what our trail looks like, if you can even see it in the camera. The falls are spectacular though. You can stay on the main trail and at least get views of the falls. Not everybody has to be crazy like us. but the views are pretty good. So we're heading right down there. But we still gotta work our way down this beast. Yeah, that's a little state. We made it back down to the main trail. Now just working on making our way back to the picking up truck. But today was pretty challenging. Getting up to the Hansen Lakes was definitely an adventure. Even getting up to that vista point was not a simple task either. Then we decided to push on to went to two of the lakes anyways.
We were the only ones up there.
Yeah, we actually ran into a couple when we were coming down that they had started to head up to the lakes, but
Then
gave
she
up.
decided that it was a little bit too sketchy to do.
Yeah.
And it, you know what, it was really steep. And, you know, the trail disappeared because of the burn. And so we were like trying to find the trail and doing some route finding or just scrambling up the mountain.
Yeah, sometimes it was just educated guess.
I'm trying to watch where I go and talk, and he's moving, so it's not easy to do.
Walk, talk, and chew bubble gum. Yeah!
You're gifted if you can do that. Anyways, yeah, it was a good hike though. I mean, you know, we did some scrambling, some route finding, got to see two pretty little lakes, and two waterfalls today.
Yeah.
The Ladyface waterfall and the Bridal Veil.
Well,
So,
three actually. You forgot the one coming off Middle Hanson Lake.
three. There's three waterfalls.
Yeah.
So it's a good day. Good day of hiking.
And the Bridal Veil Falls, those are pretty spectacular, I will admit.
Yeah. Had to sit there and look at them for quite a bit. You know, just standing there watching it.
And listening to
Off
it.
the mountain for a bit. The sun glistening on the water. It was really spectacular, but yeah, great hike today.
We'll probably, unless something spectacular comes up, like an elk or something, probably just put the camera away until we get back to the truck. Then we can kind of do a recap. But definitely an amazing day. Definitely a very challenging day too, though. No 1,000 likes that time. Well, we made it back to the trailhead. About 11 and a half miles. And what'd you say elevation?
1,918 feet in elevation gain. Sorry, I'm just watching a bald eagle fly over there.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirreling. Bald eagle, had to watch it.
But great day. We started here at the trailhead. First stop, we went off trail and found Ladyface Falls. And those were amazing. The route that they list to go to the viewpoint for Bridal Veil Falls goes to the south side of the creek. And since we had decided we were going to try and get up to the Hansen Lakes, we took the trail that goes on the north side of the creek. And that trail is pretty challenging. Hasn't been maintained, especially since the fire last year. A lot of route finding, but the views looking back across the valley were amazing. The falls themselves were amazing.
Oh yeah, it was gorgeous. Like the falls, Bridal Veil Falls was gorgeous, but it is steep getting up to the Hansen Lakes. Like steep, and also past the lower lake up to the middle lake, there's no trail. We bushwhacked and rock climbed up to the middle lake.
I think according to the map it looks like there was a trail, but that would have been probably pre-fire. So that was the other thing. We didn't want to try and where the burn was. I went a little bit into it, but I actually found a couple spots where they were root burned, and so I stepped into a couple holes. So we decided we were going to go outside the burn area and kind of go up in the rocks and climb up that way. But beautiful day, beautiful hike. The weather was perfect.
Yep, perfect day, perfect hike. Now we're going to go get some food.
Yeah, but as always, thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's free, but it does help us out a lot.
And always remember, get outdoors and experience life.
We will see you on our next adventure.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.